Peace, family, peace, peace, peace. Okay, so I hope you guys are having a phenomenal night. If not, do understand your night day is going to get better once your perception gets better. And I really wanted to do a video pertaining to this, and is about fear of becoming successful. Okay. I think a lot of times we often feel like, well, I'm afraid, to lose or whatever it is. But I think in a lot of cases is the fear of becoming successful, right? So tonight I was here, I was reading Brian Tracy's book called No Excuses. And in his book, he has, like, you writing your goals down. You put in, what would be some of the obstacles and, things of that nature. When you heading towards your goals and everything like that, what are some of the things that you may deal with internally and externally? Okay. And I was so excited. Like, I wrote my goals down. I wrote how many videos I need to do to become monetized on YouTube. I wrote like all this information down. And instantly, like after I wrote the information down, it was like this fear came up. And I started thinking like all these different ideas, like, it was like all these different ideas was going on in my mind, like, oh, that's a lot of videos. Although I love and I enjoy doing the videos, like making content and stuff like that. It was like all these ideas that came up. And for me, one of the things that really keeps me passionate about making content is me enjoying it, as opposed of looking at it like, well, I got to do all these numbers and stuff like that. I think for me, when I think like I got to do so many numbers and stuff like that, it tends to overwhelm me. Okay, because now it's like, oh, I got to do this and, all this other stuff, and I got to be on a deadline and everything like that. So there's some of the things that came up for me. And instantly I was in the bathroom, I was cleaning the bathroom, and I was thinking about all this stuff, like, oh, me becoming monetized. And I was so excited, like, about me becoming monetized and knowing that I have the ability to change me and my children's lives. And this fear kicked in. And so as I was in the bathroom, I'm cleaning the bathroom and everything like that, and something popped, like came in my mind, like, listen to Bob Proctor. Okay, listen to Bob Proctor about paradigm shift, right? And so I started listening to Bob Proctor talking about paradigm, and he could teach people how to become a millionaire, all these different things. And instantly I seen, instead of me feeling like, oh, well, I got to put all these videos up or whatever it is, but for me to become monetized and stuff, I started looking at it differently, right? And so when I tell you guys, constantly studying is really, really going to help you, because you've been programmed for so long to think that what you're doing, and if you feel like you are losing in life, you've been programmed so long, and you may actually think, well, this is really the way my life is supposed to be. But it's not. Is not. Your life is not supposed to be living in struggle territory. Your life is not supposed to be you playing it mediocre. Your life isn't supposed to be you dressed up in rags or whatever it is, okay? Although I do have like a rag scarf on my head. But your life is not supposed to be, something where as though it's like, damn, when I die, I'm gonna go to heaven or whatever it is like that. Like, while you're here, you supposed to be enjoying life. Like, we supposed to be enjoying life. And so to the person that's out there, okay, you may be a little afraid of becoming successful because it's something new. But let me goddamn tell you something. You deserve it. You deserve to become successful. You deserve to become wealthy. You deserve to have the relationships and everything that you desire. Those are things that you deserve, okay? And you came here for something. So although, right, when you start moving and start doing things differently, and it may seem a little scary at times, right? And the ego may kick in and it may say, you know what, that's too much, or you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do that. Always follow your heart. Like, always follow your heart. And it is going to come to pass. Whatever it is that you believe, whatever it is that you see for yourself, whatever it is that you want to manifest, it is going to come to pass. Just constantly keep believing in yourself. And if you need to take some time out, okay, take the time out, but get right back to it. Don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And so, I was here and I was thinking, and right, I wrote down my goals and stuff like that. And one of the things I said was that this is something that I said I will dedicate myself to doing each and every day. Okay. And it is for me to read 2 chapters. Okay. Although I feel like I read more than 2 chapters, especially when I'm reading a prosperity Bible. Okay. But I said I would read 2 chapters. It's so fascinating. And I said this earlier in my video that we wash every day, we eat every day, okay? We tend to do things that we've been programmed to do practically every day. But when it comes to developing our minds, when it comes to us evolving, right? When it comes to us educating ourselves, it's like, sometimes we'll say, well, I don't have time for that, or I have something else to do. Like, I look at my life and I just think, like, me and my children, we deserve it. Like we deserve it so much. And I am willing to put the time, the dedication, and everything into it. But it's also going to be fun. Okay. And another thing that you have to remember is success is 95% mental. Okay. 95% mental. So when you looking at your life and you like, well, I want to do so much action, it's not so much about the action, right? Although we've been programmed, and although I said about the videos and stuff, but it's really about the mindset. Because when I listened to Bob Proctor a few minutes ago, right, I was feeling like, before I listened to him, I was like, all right, I got to do this and whatever it is to achieve my goals and stuff like that. But when I listened to Bob Proctor, it shifted my mindset. Okay. And so this is the purpose why you want to listen to inspirational stuff. It's not just for you to, and I said this earlier, okay? It is not for you to just say, all right, well, I'm going to listen to this one day and then that's it. And then I'm not going to listen to it no more. I'm going to listen to it the next time I go through something. I remember hearing Zig Ziglar say this. He said it was a guy that came to his seminar and said that he sure loved listening to Zig Ziglar, right? And Zig Ziglar was an inspirational speaker, okay? I love listening to Zig Ziglar videos, but one of the things Zig Ziglar said, he had told the guy, he said, you don't want to listen to this stuff only when you go through stuff, because you may miss something. You want to listen to this stuff. You want to make this like your daily routine, your daily habit. And the reason being is every day we are being bombarded, okay, with other people's thoughts, with so many distractions. And half of the times, the things that pop up in your mind, half of the time is not even your thoughts. It is things that you are being influenced by. Okay, whether it's from social media, whether it's from listening to the radio, whether it's outside conversations, whether it's these cell phones or television, whatever it is. Okay, and so when you start understanding that, all right, every day, Okay, I'm being bombarded. I'm being told how to think and what to think or whatever it is like that. You start understanding I have the ability to decide what will go into my mind. Okay, I have the ability to decide how I want my life to be. I have the ability to decide how I want to create me and my family's lives, right? And that is so important because once you start understanding it, you start looking at life differently. It's no more like, well, I gotta live a life of mediocre. It's more so, I am a dope ass creator and I get to create whatever life it is that I want to create. And that's really what it's about. And so I really wanted to do this video because I said to the person that's out there that, it's like, within you, it's like this innate feeling that I deserve more from life, right? But it's also the ego that's telling you, not to do it today. Put it off, procrastinate. Is the ego that may tell you, it start making excuses, like start settling. I remember when I had my speaking engagement, before I had my speaking engagement, my very first speaking engagement, and I remember it was coming near the time for me to give my speaking engagement, and I was nervous about doing it because this was like actually the first time me speaking in front of people and stuff like that, and it was something that I actually booked. Like I booked the hall, I did everything like pretty much by myself, right? And I remember I was doing Uber this particular day, and my speaking engagement, it probably was like within a week or so. And I remember I was dropping food off at this luxury complex building. And I was getting out my car. At that time I was driving a Honda Fit. And as I was getting out, I had seen this black G-Wagon. It was parked in front of me. And instantly fear kicked in. And it was a thought that came to my mind. And it was like, what's the use of you doing, a speaking engagement and all this other stuff? You could just do Uber. Like you pretty much like you could just settle. Like and then I looked at the G Wagon, and it was like something like the ego was like, you don't need this. You got a car already. You know? Like you don't need to live in a luxury. Like why you wanna live in a luxury building like this or whatever? You can stay right where you are. And those are the conversations when you hear those conversations that's going on in your mind, and don't say like, well, I never hear that. I never, honey, if you are evolving and striving to become a better version of yourself, you're going to hear it. Okay? And so after I heard that, I went in the building and everything like that. And I had contacted a friend, okay, and I had let him know exactly like what was going on, and the fear that was popping up in my mind and all these different things. And one of the things he said to me, he said, "Did you really believe that the old you was just going to let you change so easily?" And it puts me in the mind of one of the things Bob Proctor says. He says, when you are going after a goal, okay, you will face the terror barrier, which is in the same book that Bob Proctor recommended, and that is The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard. Okay. And in that book, Vernon Howard talks about the terror barrier. Okay. And whenever you going after a goal, or whenever you going after just to live a life of abundance, to live a life of purpose, meaningful, right? To just be able to wake up and just be excited, just to enjoy life, like excited to do whatever the hell it is that you want to do, right? Money ain't no issue because you got plenty, okay? and you able to do whatever it is that you want to do. It's like you really enjoying your life for the first time. It's like you really, really excited about life because you get to live the life that you know you have been destined to live, right? And when you think, I'm getting excited now. When you think about your life like that, it really feels phenomenal. And you start thinking like, oh my goodness, I do have the ability to create whatever it is that I want. I do get to decide and make decisions if I want my life to be better. And that I always say that that is the most phenomenal thing and amazing thing about life, because you get to choose, you get to decide exactly what it is that you want for your life. And so when the fear kicks in, which it will, okay, if you just think like, oh well, I'm just gonna change my life and not, I ain't gonna face the fear. The fear just ain't gonna it is going to kick in. And the reason being is because is perhaps the first time that you are surrendering. Okay? It's like the first time you're not in control. And so you don't know what to expect. It's like you stepping into the unknown and you don't know exactly what to expect. But you know, by you stepping into the unknown, the reward is going to be priceless because you actually doing something you never done before. And so to the person that's out there that's like, and it could be anything. It could be losing weight. It can be, you setting a goal up so you could your income could go up. It can be you opening up your own business. It could be you knowing that you need to be in that relationship, that that person is so loving, is so kind, and a part of you know that you deserve that, but it's a part of you that is a little fearful because of what happened to you in the past or whatever whatever may have happened. You have to take the leap out on faith. And this is like when faith really comes into play. You have to take the leap out on faith because if you keep doing the same exact thing, that you're going to get the same exact results. And you deserve much more than what you have been settling for. And so, with that being said, I love you guys, and I catch you guys on the next one. Peace.